Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. The weekend. It is a good day here at Lookuptv as life is steadily looking up for us. Allow me to quote a fellow journalist who said, "I believe that good journalism, good television can make our world a better." And that is what we endeavor to do here on our broadcast. Giving credit where it's due, Lookuptv congratulates our very own Fiona Kenga for bagging an Ajay Award. We have the details and many other top stories lined up for you tonight. But before that, here are our top stories. Tonight on Lookup Weekend.
Ni mara ya kwanza kuona serikali inapiga marufuku waandishi wa habari, hata wale kutoka shirika ya haki ya binadamu kuingia na kuyaona.
Azimio leader Raila Odinga denied access to Shakahola Forest as government performs autopsies on 112 bodies.
We have woken up to the very sad news on the passing on of Mukami Kimathi, the widow of Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi Washuri.
Mukami Kimathi, wife to former Mau Mau fighter Dedan Kimathi, dies at 101. And in our feature tonight, we focus on environmental conservation as women and men in West Pokot take on planting trees. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. This is Look Up Weekend. I am Nancy Nelima, and our sound language interpreter for tonight is Felista Adundo. Let's begin. The first phase of autopsies conducted on bodies retrieved from the Shakahola forest entered its final day today, bringing the total number of postmortems to 112. Chief Pathologist Johansen Odor now says with the completion of the exercise, the focus now shifts back to exhumation process in Shakahola forest. Audrey Chorotich with the details.
The first phase of the autopsies conducted on the bodies retrieved from Shakahola forest came to a completion Friday afternoon.
Today we were at the last day of a postmortem process, which has been ongoing since Monday. As we had told you yesterday, by the end of yesterday we had 11 bodies for the purpose of postmortem. However, one body was retrieved yesterday from the scene, so it made it 12, meaning that we've done a total of 12 postmortem today. So of these 12, 7 were male, 4 were female, but one we are unable to determine the sex because of the level of decomposition.
According to pathologist reports, most of those who died of starvation.
The total number of bodies that we've done autopsy on is 112. Majority of them were starvation. I can't remember the exact number, but majority of them we found that they were starvation. But of course we found some who had head injury. We found some who had been strangled. But there are some also who we are unable to determine the cause of death because of the level of decomposition.
Meanwhile, controversial Pastor Paul Mackenzie arrived at the Shanzu court, the prosecution asking for more time to detain the suspect for a further 30 days because of the level of complexity of the case.
Speaking in terms of the second prayer is for 90 days. And that the respondents be held in the custody of the police. And we've broken down the police stations where they may be held. In granting your order, we expect the full 30 days, and that is our humble prayer.
Mackenzie and his wife Rhoda Mumbua will now know their fate come Thursday next week regarding whether or not they will be detained for 30 more days. Audrey Chorotich, Lookup TV.
Thank you, Audrey. And staying on that story, President William Ruto has formed a commission of inquiry to investigate the Shakahola cult deaths that have shocked the country. And as Brian Amoy reports, a Court of Appeal Judge Justice Jesse Lasit will chair the commission.
Living up to his word, President William Ruto has formed a commission of inquiry to investigate the Shakahola cult death. The commission will be chaired by Court of Appeal Judge Justice Jesse Lasit. The commission's mandate will be to inquire into the death, torture and inhumane and degrading treatment of members and individuals linked to the Pastor Paul Mackenzie-led Good News International Church in Malindi, Kilifi County. The commissioners are Justice Mary Kasango, Dr. Frank Njenga, Mr. Eric Gumbo, Bishop Catherine Mutua, Jonathan Lodompui, Mr. Wanyama Musiambu and Mr. Albert Musasia. Commission Joint Secretaries will be Oliver Karori and Ms. Rachel Maina, with Senior Counsel Kioko Kilukumi appointed as lead counsel to be assisted by Ms. Vivian Nyabeki and Mr. Bahati Mwamuye. According to the Gazette notice, the Commission of Inquiry will prepare a report and submit its recommendation to President Ruto within 6 months. The Commission has also been tasked with establishing circumstances under which the death occurred and also inquire into the legal, institutional, administrative, security and intelligence lapses that may have contributed to the occurrence of the tragedy. It is also expected to identify people and organizations who bear the greatest responsibility for the Shakahola massacre and recommend specific actions that should be taken against them, including criminal investigations. The Commission is also expected to inquire into factors that led to the rise of the Good News International Church and other factors that give rise to such religious extremist institutions or cult groups and other formations that foster negative religious-based activities. It has also been tasked with recommending legal, administrative, institutional and regulatory reforms aimed at preventing the occurrence of future incidents of death or gross violations of the rights and welfare of people by extremist religious institutions. The Commission will be required to receive views from members of the public and also oral or written statements from any person with relevant information. It shall also summon any person concerned to testify on oath and to produce any books or documents that may require. The Commission will hold the inquiry in public but may hold private hearings if necessary and shall exercise power conferred on it by law for the proper execution of its mandate, including the power to require cooperation from public officers and institutions. Interior and Government Coordination Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has warned that the government will take stern action against all culprits found culpable in the Shakahola massacre. The CS pointed out that the government has established a task force that will come up with proper framework policy to govern and regulate churches.
We punish all those who did what they did. Those who killed our people in a cruel and degrading and inhuman manner must be visited with the worst form of punishment that is available in our law books. We are making good progress. We intend to make further arrests in the coming days. We have zeroed in on second and third tier collaborators to the main perpetrators of the Shakahola massacre, and we will punish them. We will prosecute them with the worst crimes possible.
Brian Amoy, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Thank you, Amoy, for the details. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance Coalition Party leader Raila Odinga was on Friday denied the entry into Shakahola Forest. The opposition leader was asked by the operation commander to seek permission from Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome. Raila protested the move, saying he had traveled from Nairobi to see the graves.
Mimi nilikuja manake mimi sihitaji idhini wowote katika taifa letu nifiki hapa. Na nilisema mimi nakuja, haikuwa ni kisiri. Na mimi nimekuja hapa, askari ambaye anahusika hapa anaongea kwa njia ambayo hakuna heshima hata kidogo. Hata yeye anahusika, ana amri tusiingie. Nikamuuliza, sheria gani hiyo? Anasema kuna sheria ambayo imewekwa ati hapa sasa imetangazwa ni mbali ambayo ni kuna hali ya hatari. Alafu nikamwambia basi piga simu kwa mkubwa wako. Yeye ni Inspector General au waziri. Yeye mwenyewe akatoroka. Nimepiga simu kwa bwana waziri, bwana Kindiki. Kindiki kaniambia ati hapa sasa imekuwa tangazwa ni hali ya hatari, kwa hivyo sasa ni vigumu kuruhusa watu wengia, lakini kuna wajumbe ambao wanakuja wa kamati ile ya nishati. Ati wanakuja hapa na mimi naweza kujumuika na wao, tuende nao pamoja. Nimesubiri hapa, wale wabunge hawajafika mpaka hapa. Lakini mambo ya kusikitisha ni kuona kwamba wabunge wanaweza kuruhusiwa kuingia, mimi siwezi kuruhusiwa kuingia. Hii ni madharau sana baba. Ni madharau kubwa sana.
And away from that, top leaders have continued to mourn the late Mukami Kimathi, wife to the late freedom fighter Dedan Kimathi. Mukami succumbed at the Nairobi hospital aged 101 while receiving treatment. Cecilia Lubanga now reports.
Various leaders have continued to mourn the death of freedom fighter Mukami Kimathi, wife to freedom fighter Dedan Kimathi. President William Ruto led the nation in mourning the heroine, as he described Mukami Kimathi as a courageous woman who withstood the brutality of colonial oppression and proudly wore the scars of the struggle. The president praised her resilience even after her husband was executed by the colonial administration. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua described the late Mukami as a symbol of resilience, struggle, and an inspiring figure to all Kenyans.
Mukami Kimathi has been the symbol of resilience. She has been the symbol of our defiance to oppression. She has been the mother of our liberation struggle, and she has been the beacon of hope surrounding the freedom fighters and their descendants.
He assured the family of government support during the burial and thereafter. Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria noted Mukami for standing by her ideals long after independence.
As we are saddened by her demise, we also celebrate her life. And most important, the fortitude and the consistency. Mukami Kimathi never changed her ideals, despite living her life under very difficult conditions, and despite watching as many other of us enjoyed the benefits which her and her husband, Dedan Kimathi, struggled and fought for.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga said his thoughts were with Mama Mukami Kimathi, thanking her for her sacrifice. Mukami died on Thursday night, aged 101 years, while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital after developing breathing difficulties. Mukami was among the Mau Mau freedom fighters detained at the Kamiti Maximum Prison during the struggle for independence. Cecilia Lubanga, Lookup TV.
Thank you, Lubanga. That story takes us to a very fast break here on the program, but there's so much more on the other side, including how Fiona Kenga managed to bag this Ajay Award. Don't go too far.
Hey darling, are we still on for a coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt, it's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
We as Novena United Circle are a society that is able to provide a platform for business startups by providing financial aid to members and creating a platform to accumulate their savings. We look for small business entrepreneurs who are starting a business venture and provide the best opportunity to expand our business niche and turn it into something big. For more information, call us on 0768 757 956 or WhatsApp us on 0734 832 430. Novena United Sacco. Tuungane pamoja.
Why Malindi? Any idea why the A-list celebrities, politicians choose Malindi as a destination? Is it the sandy, spotless white beaches, the rhythmic, relaxing oceanic waves, or is it the great potential investment opportunity that Malindi has to offer? Dark Balance, we are here with a variety of projects from as low as 99,000 shillings. You get an eighth of an acre with ready title deeds. Book your plot today with only 35,000 shillings and get a free return air ticket. Be the next investor in Malindi with Dark Balance. Call us now on 0740 888 111 or 0740 888 222. Dark Balance. We promise, we deliver. Why wait? 20 Malindi.
Michezo na wachezaji, matukio na matokeo uwanjani. Tumejifunga kibwebwe kukuletea mbwembwe, si mazungumzo ya kusisimua. Ndiyo maana safu ya spoti ipo hapa kwa ajili yako. ZFC! Nami hapa nahodha Robert Chacha, sisuisui na kuandalia kipindi bomba cha safu ya spoti kila siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 7:30 ndani ya runinga nambari 1 ya michezo Lookuptv.
Karibu mtazamaji kwenye kipindi cha jamii na itikadi.
Kaini kitako tuna mengi.
Mapenzi yanapoanza watu huitana bebi na majina mengine matamu, lakini baadaye penzi linapogeuka na kuwa shubiri,
mtu anafikia kwenda kumtafuta mke mwingine.
Itakuwaje?
Yule wa kwake nyumbani labda hajamridhisha.
Ni sawa ama vipi Malkia?
Dadangu, wanaume ni kama maembe.
Huyu ni mwanamume atakuja abadiliki.
Mwanaume mwenye wanawake wengi hata katika uchumba, kwenye ndoa ataendelea. Mtu na tabia yake hawachi. Ile umbo la kike likishaanza, kila kitu kishaanza kuwa mahali pake.
Ningependa kukuona.
Sijaenda mahali ambapo mimi nilisikia mtu ati huyu alikuwa shujaa, alikufa katika mstari wa mbele wa ndoa. Sijawahi sikia mimi.
Usiwahi cheza na mboga yangu. Na unafuata nani? Usisikuone ukinifuata. Nimekwambia huna shares kwa hii kuku.
Look, man. Hebu kwanza rudi ndani ufresh hiyo choo na make sure umespray.
Juli, kwani wewe hii tumbo yako mimi najua inaweza ingiza kila kitu. Hata chuma nikishiaga nikupea, hata plastic najua utakula. Kwani leo kunaendaje? Kuna kitu sielewi.
Kabisa Mluya. Yaani umeamua kulala uchi.
Sasa kama hakuna ile nguo inanitosha unataka nifanye aje?
Because you are fat.
Sasa ukiongelea mimi ati fat, na Julie tutasemaje?
Kuja.
A man, a symbol of strength, power, and leadership.
What does it take for a man to meet society expectations of provision and leadership?
Lazima uwe mtu wa bidii, lazima ukija kuwa lazima uwe ni provider,
wewe ndio unatoa kila kitu.
In our weekly episode of Born a Man,
kusurvive kwa shule ilikuwa ni noma. Yeah, getting something to eat bado, especially in my last 2 years ilikuwa ngumu sana.
Moving from State House Road to Kahawa Ndani, where now they came back to be hosted.
we embark on telling stories of what it takes to become a man in today's society, like it has never been told before.
I know men, we are cowards. Because tunaambiwa watu wakiiga kufa kimwanaume. Kufa kimwanaume, that's nonsense.
This is the life of a man.
Sensei Institute of Technology is the home to the best practical courses, giving you a hands-on experience to handle the world. A place to build your skill and see the world in a different... For you to join us, ensure you have your national ID card and be ready to enjoy the ride. Sensei College, my skills, my future.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution or a university and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookuptv and all our digital platforms. Call us today on 011 0430 158, 011 0430 158 or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookup TV. This is Lookup Weekend. Nancy Nelima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. President William Ruto has left the country this evening to join other world leaders at the coronation of King Charles III in the United Kingdom on Saturday. The president has a full itinerary in which he will also be visiting Israel for more bilateral talks after engaging German Chancellor at State House, Nairobi.
At the invitation of the King, President William Ruto will attend the historic event, which will be held at Westminster Abbey and presided over by Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. President William Ruto will be joining other world leaders at the coronation of King Charles III in the United Kingdom on Saturday. On Sunday, May, the president will make an official visit to the Netherlands for a series of bilateral meetings that include a meeting with His Majesty King Willem-Alexander, King of Netherlands. During the visit, Kenya and Netherlands will explore new areas of cooperation and strengthen existing partnerships between the two countries in critical areas such as trade and investment, development cooperation and multilateral fora. The president will then embark on a 2-day visit to Israel at the invitation of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Israel visit will see the two leaders hold high bilateral meetings and discuss areas of mutual interest, including technology and innovation, manufacturing, agriculture and defense cooperation. The president is expected to visit several agricultural projects in the Middle East country that is renowned for its mega strides in irrigation. Additionally, the president will meet the Israel business community to pitch for their partnership and investment. Before he left for Europe, the president held bilateral talks with German Chancellor at the State House Nairobi, where he signed bilateral agreements that touch on trade and investment and the creation of job opportunities for Kenyans in Germany.
The Chancellor and I have discussed in detail employment opportunities for professionals, skilled and semi-skilled Kenyans in Germany, a matter of equal great interest in meeting Germany's huge labor requirements. I have urged my good brother Chancellor Scholz to review and ease immigration laws, and I am very confident that they are well underway to enable Kenyans find employment in Germany. We have therefore agreed to establish a technical team from my office and the Office of the Foreign Affairs and Labor in both countries to initiate discussions, expeditiously navigate the procedures, and formulate an appropriate framework for the export of labor to Germany. The Chancellor and I.
Our companies are well intertwined. This is also reflected in my business delegation that is accompanying me on this visit. I am also delighted about the close cooperation in economic issues that is reflected in many topics we have discussed today that you mentioned, but that are also linked to the willingness, your willingness to work with us in the framework of the Compact with Africa, because it is an important topic for us. It facilitates trade, it facilitates investment by companies.
Brian Amwai, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Lookup TV reporter and anchor Fiona Kenga was last night awarded at the annual Journalism Excellence Awards held at Safari Park Hotel in Nairobi. And as Abigail Shiro reports, Fiona Kenga's story emerged best in the Digital and Business Economy TV category. Take a look.
Indeed, a journey of 1,000 miles began with a single step. And for Fiona Kenga, this is just the beginning.
Digital Economy and Business Reporting TV. Fiona Kenga from Lookuptv, and the story was Biz Ya Chicken In.
With an unexplainable joy and shock, she takes careful steps to the podium to receive her award as the best digital and business TV reporter.
Jacinta Waruguru. Bez Kibra.
It is a journey walked by many, including her fellow award-winning journalists. But one thing that stands is the masterpiece they all had to show the world, from hard work and resilience.
The lion is here. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the winner!
As she expresses her gratitude, a mixture of emotions is easily detected in her voice.
I'm so happy. I am so grateful to God. Yani, nimeishiwa na maneno. Yani Mungu akiamua kujionyesha, kweli anajionyesha. Nashukuru Lookup TV, nashukuru Mungu, nashukuru mamangu, babangu, ndugu zangu, nashukuru familia yangu kwa ujumla, lakini sitasahau mashabiki wangu kwa sababu hao ndio wameniweka katika darubini. Na mshukran sana.
As Lookup TV fraternity, we are proud of our own and for the good work produced in diligence, and pray that this will open doors for greater achievements in years to come. Congratulations, Fiona Kenga.
Congratulations, Fiona.
Well done, Fiona. Very nice story.
For Lookup TV, I'm Abigail Shira.
And indeed, we'll say as many times as we'll be able to. Congratulations once more, Fiona Kenga. Moving on, as the country continues to battle climate change and its effect on the environment through various environmental projects, residents of West Pokot are at the forefront of initiating tree planting projects to curb the looming environmental disaster. David Alex with more on this.
Soil erosion has been a major challenge affecting various regions across the country, resulting in adverse effects that can be felt by every citizen. Experts are now encouraging communities living in mountainous regions to plant various types of trees that are capable of providing food for consumption, nutrition for livestock, as well as helping restore soil fertility in areas affected by soil erosion. Various activities such as feeding livestock in water sources, deforestation for firewood and charcoal, and construction have significantly contributed to environmental degradation. However, as one way to solve these challenges, a group in Chapararea has established a project to grow and sell various types of beneficial trees throughout the region. Members of the Parcheto project share responsibilities among women and men, and already the efforts of these members are bearing fruit.
Ukiangalia area hii ni kame na imekatwa sana na hizi galis. Kwa hivyo tukabahatika kupata sponsor yetu ya Eldoret University. Tuseme hawa ndio walikuja kutuchochea tuanzishe huu mradi, na nashukuru sana, wametusaidia kwa kiwango kikubwa.
The project, known as the Drylands Farmer Research Network, is being implemented in collaboration between local residents and researchers from Eldoret University, where residents recommend the best ways to deal with environmental degradation, while experts analyze these suggestions and provide their opinion. There are also different methods that have been developed to fertilize areas affected by soil erosion, and these efforts are bearing fruit.
So soil is very key to food production in our country, and that's why we are trying to make it more resilient so that we can be able to produce food in West Pokot like any other county in West Pokot. So we are using different approaches of soil and water conservation. So we have the real practical issues we are doing in soil and water conservation, that is issues of terracing, sand dam, cut-off drains, to ensure that the water flows slowly, not to carry a lot of soils.
This project involves various government departments, including the national government and the West Pokot County government. Farmers have been given seeds and other equipment to support these projects. Due to the adverse effects of climate change experienced in the country, the government has been increasing its efforts to protect and restore the environment. David Alex, Lookup TV.
Thank you, David, for that report. Now, the police commissioner in Laikipia County has assured that all schools in the county will be opened next week. This is after closing early last term following an increase of banditry attacks and other schools being declared as operation zones. Phoebe Wangombe with more on this from the counties.
All schools in areas declared as operation zones in the north are now safe, opening doors for the resumption of education in the areas for second term, which starts next week. Laikipia County Commissioner Joseph Kanyiri has cleared doubts that there may be schools which will not be opened.
Kwa kaunti yetu ya Laikipia, mipango ipo, shule zetu zote tutazifungua ikifika wiki ijayo, siku ambazo Wizara ya Elimu imerekeza. Tunaomba wazazi wajibidishe, waone kwamba watoto wao wamerejea shuleni.
The government of Canada has promised to provide sufficient assistance in education programs in Kenya, and especially to ensure that students in the slums have equal education opportunities. Speaking during the launch of the Wezesha Kike program in Nairobi, the High Commissioner of Canada, Christopher Tonley, said that the need to provide education in lower areas requires a joint effort from the government and other stakeholders.
We all share the same goal, to increase access to education for young women, and we need everyone's participation to make it happen. I was so pleased to hear that mention that everybody needs to be part of this. It helps us achieve success, and it helps us to realize the benefits and results that are needed to happen.
Health stakeholders in Kakamega County have denounced some cults that continue to spread and preach against vaccination and other health services, claiming that they are affecting their efforts to ensure Kenyans get the best health services. However, they acknowledge that the number of people turning up currently in the county to receive these vaccinations has increased. They also want the Kakamega County government to ensure that it improves service providing centers.
Tumepata uchungu kama Kakamega MNCH Alliance, watetezi wa mama na mtoto kwa ajili ya mambo yanayojiri kule Malindi, Mombasa, haswa kwa ajili ya mama ambao wameathirika, wengine wamekufa, pamoja na watoto ambao wamezikwa wakiwa hata hai. Kwetu kama Kakamega MNCH Alliance ni pigo, na tumekuja kukondem hilo jambo kwa nguvu zetu zote, na tumekataa, hatutakubali watu wa namna yoyote, wao watu wenye kanisa, wao akina nani watakao chukua jukumu na uwezo mikononi mwao kwa ajili ya kuangamiza mama na mtoto kwa njia mbovu kama hiyo.
Phoebe Wangombe, Lookup TV.
Time to find out what's happening in the sports docket. The 4th edition of the World Athletics Continental Gold Tour, also known as Kipkeno Classic, has been officially launched today at Safari Park Hotel in Nairobi. Our sports reporter Felix Solana attended the launch and now files the following report.
The 4th edition of World Athletic Continental Gold Tour, also known as Kipkeno Classic, has officially been launched today at Safari Park Hotel in Nairobi. The competition will kick off on Saturday 13 this month at Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. The athletic tour will feature big names such as the fastest man in Africa, Ferdinand Omanyala, Mary Moraa, Wesman Were, and the third fastest lady in the world, Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce. During the launch, the main sponsor, Absa Bank, in their endeavor to support sport, invested 60 million to boost this year's tournament.
Standing partner of the Ministry of Sports and Athletics Kenya, we look forward to collaborating this year to make the Kip Keino Classic event even more successful, bigger, and better. Therefore, and in keeping with the tour's growing stature and our commitment as ABSA to the development of athletics in this country, we are pleased and very proud to announce our sponsorship this year, which is a total amount of Kenya shillings 60 million.
AK President retired Lieutenant Jackson Tuwei has appreciated the steps Kenyan athletes are making. His sentiments were echoed by tournament director Barnabas Korir.
Is an apt gift to Kenya, which is the cradle of athletics, particularly when it comes to road races and others, and recently sprints and also field events. So we used to be known very well about long distance races, long and middle, but now in the recent past we are actually known also in sprints and field events.
The committee also urged Kenyans to come in large numbers on Saturday next week, as the event will be free of charge.
With the launch of Kip Keino Classics, the organizers are urging fans to come in large numbers on 13 May 2023. Felix Solana, Lookup TV, Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi.
Thank you, Solana, for that story. National Rugby Sevens team Shujaa head coach Damian McGrath has named a squad of 15 players who will be travelling to participate in the last 2 World Rugby Series in France and another in England. Shujaa captain Nelson Oyo, Herman Humwer and Alvin Otieno are among the players that will tackle to keep Shujaa in the World Rugby Series top league. The first test for Shujaa will be Uruguay and New Zealand next Friday. Defending African champions for ladies volleyball KCB has continued with its preparations for the 2023 African Club Championship, expected to start off in May from the 12th to 22nd in Kelibia, Tunisia. The Bankers, who have been perennial participants in the annual competition, successfully defeated North Africa's Al Hay 3-1 in the final to be crowned 2022 champions. The KCB-sponsored squad, that is captained by Edith Wisse, is expected to leave the country early next week before kickstarting its 2023 campaign.
Championship coming next week, so I can say we are very much prepared. We've been training all through. We have worked on all our weak areas, and we know that we are ready as a team to face a lot of competition. Being the defending champions, each and every team will come wanting to put us down, but for us as a team, we're also prepared for them. We are not focusing on the past, like we are champions. That is the past. We have to reclaim it this year again. We have to win and defend our titles.
Doing well, we have been combining the African Club Championship with the local tournaments and local leagues. So seriously, we have taken the training from 3 weeks ago specifically for Africa, and I want to say that the team is ready for Africa Club Championship. We have a little bit of pressure, but not that much, because we know what we are going to do in Tunisia. We have been there before. This is not the first time, and I believe pressure will not be that too much for us. But every team is want to beat KCB, to meet KCB. So it will be like a litmus paper for testing the championship.
And all that sports brings us to a close here on Lookup Weekend. But remember, as we usher in the weekend,